Hi, I'm Cher, the Shadow Walker. Thanks for stopping by. I'm taking a look at cryptid sightings across Canada and the United States, and I'm going to start with Maine, and this is in the last 48 hours. A dog man in the Palmyra area in the wooded edge at April 9th at 11:15 p.m. A large bipedal wolf-like figure seen standing near the tree line. Distinct growling reported, and they reported it to the local law enforcement. And a screamer in the Baxter State Park area on April 10th at 1:45 a.m. High-pitched metallic vocalizations lasting 15 seconds, and it was reported to the digital scanner that I picked some things off of. And in the Falmouth area, rural route, April 8th at 11:30 p.m., a shadowy, low-slung canine with red, shining eyes crossing the road in a blur, and it was reported on the community sightings. New Brunswick, over the past 48 hours. Hellhound, Miramichi in the wooded area. April 9th at 3:10 a.m. A large black canine with red, shining eyes seen near the residential woodline, and it was located on the scanner and in the Hellhound file. And a Bigfoot in the Elgin, Caledonia mountain area, April 9th at 11:45 p.m. Heavy bipedal movement and branch snapping near the mountain trail, and it was on the community sighting log. And a screamer in the Kingston Peninsula, April 10th, 1:30 a.m. in the morning, and it picked up a 4.5 kilohertz modulated scream picking up on the scanners. And that was reported to the local digital scanner. Next, we're taking a look at Newfoundland. And in the Gross Morin northern section area on April 9th at 2:15 a.m., sustained 12-second metallic scream caused radio interference. And they reported it to the local scanner, and that was a screamer. And a hellhound in Conception Bay South, and then in brackets it says CBS. April 9th at 11:40 p.m., a large black canine with red eyes pacing a residential fence line, and it was on the community watch. And a spider humanoid in the Holy Rod backcountry, sorry, not county. April 10th, 3:20 a.m. in the morning, a multi-jointed shadow climbing vertically, rock face. And it's in the private paranormal log. So in Nova Scotia, over the past 48 hours, in Kejimkujik in the perimeter area, Highway 8, on April 9th at 10:15 p.m., heavy bipedal crashing in the bush, strong musky odor reported by a driver. It was reported on a local sighting board. And a screamer in Wreck Cove near Cape Breton, April 9th at 3:45 a.m. Sustained high-pitched vocalizations. So I was just thinking when I was looking here at the Nova Scotia one and thinking about the screamer sounds and stuff. And, it wasn't until the Bigfoot came in my driveway when I was out by Keji. Well, I was stunned at first, a bit scared. And then, after I had mind link with it, I was fine. I was in the house. But you realize how small you are compared to one of these large Bigfoots. I don't want to call them cryptids. We all know. And I don't want to call them, I don't even know if you should call them a Bigfoot, frankly. I used to call them a Gow because that's what, in my family, the Mi'kmaq, that's what we call them. So, but hearing the screams and hearing other people talk about the screams, and having heard that scream then, I realized a lot of times I was hearing them yelling in the bush. And I never went back in the bush because there was people set traps back in there. And so I didn't want to get injured, plus the ticks, right? So it's just a thought I had today when I was thinking about it, because basically nobody lived around us and we were in the 100-mile woods with Crown land behind us. So the Bigfoot had a lot of area to travel in, lots of water, lots of lakes, and we have tons of black bears down there. When people drive down Highway 8, it's not uncommon to see the bears in the ditch. It wasn't uncommon to watch a bear stand on its hind legs even at night, and it would look both ways across the road before it crossed. They're pretty amazing to watch. So lots of wildlife, and I was raised with my father being a naturalist. So he taught me to call a lot of different animals and the sounds of a lot of different animals. So that's what piqued my interest when it came to Bigfoot. I was an avid hiker through Menacing Swamp in Ontario from the time I was 7 alone. I would do that. And I never had any encounters with any types of animals. Now I think, geez, a 7-year-old out there in the middle of the swamp by herself. But I was a latchkey kid, and that's just the way life was. I survived it. Would I do that now? Knowing what I know, I would never. I would never go in the bush alone. So, and it's just for safety reasons. You just never know what you're going to encounter. But it was just food for thought, and I thought I'd just pass that along to you. Last but not least, Prince Edward Island. There was a hellhound sighting in the Goose River area in a wooded border area of a property. And it was said that they said that before they felt a heavy presence for like 15 minutes, almost like a static in the air. This was on April 9th at 10:45 p.m. And what they observed was a large black canine with red shining eyes standing near the property entrance, and it vanished when the lights were turned on. So they're outside lights. And that was reported on a local community board. And a shapeshifter in St. Peter's Bay, it gives me the lot number, but I'm not going to put that out there for people. April 9th at 8:30 p.m. A witness reported a coyote that stood up on two legs and elongated its limbs before retreating into the bush. And that was on the Maritime Cryptid database. Just because I don't have permission from the people, I won't put it out there. Just like if you contacted me, I'm not going to give out your name or your information, only what you tell me that I'm allowed to. That's just the way I am. And a Mothman in the North Cape, it's near a wind farm area, and it was on April 10th at 1:15 a.m. in the morning, and it was two separate reports of high-pitched mechanical screaming near the turbines, and they didn't see anything, but they heard it, and that was on reported to a paranormal research group. And that is it for that area. Thank you so much for listening. I greatly appreciate your time and the fact that you hit like, share, and subscribe. That really helps me. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.